The person who hurts you the most is often the one you trusted the most. This is the story of a young man who lost everything in one day and how that pain made him unstoppable. In a small, quiet town where dreams were considered foolish, there lived two boys, Ethan and Ryan. They grew up in the same dusty streets. They shared food, they shared secrets, they shared hope. And every night they said the same thing: one day we will be rich. They weren't just friends, they were brothers. When Ethan had nothing to eat, Ryan shared his food. When Ryan felt hopeless, Ethan gave him courage. They promised each other, no matter what happens, we rise together. And Ethan believed that promise with all his heart. Ethan's life was hard. His father had died when he was young. His mother worked every day to survive. Sometimes they had no electricity. Sometimes they slept hungry. But Ethan never complained because he believed in the future he and Ryan were building. Hope was his only wealth. At 20 years old, they opened a small repair shop. The roof leaked, the tools were old, the walls were broken, but their determination was strong. They worked in the heat, they worked in the rain, they worked until their hands bled. Slowly, customers started coming. For the first time in their lives, they felt proud. They were no longer just dreamers, they were builders. Money started growing, and Ethan trusted Ryan with everything: the accounts, the safe, the future. Because he believed, if I lose money, it's fine, but I will never lose my brother. One night, Ethan noticed something strange. Ryan had changed. He avoided eye contact. He stayed late alone. He whispered on the phone. When Ethan asked, Ryan laughed. "Don't you trust me?" Ethan felt guilty. He pushed the doubt away, because trusting someone is easier than facing the truth. The night before everything changed, they sat outside the shop, watching the stars. Ryan said, "Soon, we'll leave this town." Ethan smiled. He had no idea those were the last peaceful moments of his life. The next morning, Ethan arrived early. The door was open. The safe was empty. The money was gone. Ryan was gone. No message, no goodbye. Only silence. Ethan searched everywhere. He called him. He went to his house. He asked everyone. But Ryan had disappeared. And slowly, the truth became clear. The man he trusted most had stolen everything. The town found out quickly. They laughed. He said he'd be rich. His own friend robbed him. Ethan walked through the streets with his head down. Every whisper felt like a knife. That night he sat alone in the empty shop. He touched the broken tools. He remembered every promise, every laugh, every dream. And he cried. Not because of the money, but because of the betrayal. Days passed. He stopped eating. He stopped sleeping. He questioned everything. Was I not enough? Was our friendship fake? He felt worthless, destroyed. Alone. A morning, he looked in the mirror. His eyes were empty, but deep inside, something was burning. He whispered, "He didn't destroy me, he revealed me." That moment changed his life. Ethan began again. He took the hardest jobs: construction, cleaning, carrying heavy loads. People still laughed, but now their voices meant nothing. Pain made him fearless. At night, he studied business, money, investments. While others slept, he built himself every day, every night, without stopping. Years passed. 3, 5, 7. No one noticed his progress, but he was transforming, stronger, smarter, unbreakable. One day, a luxury car entered the town. People gathered. The man stepped out. It was Ethan. Calm, confident, successful. The boy they laughed at was now the richest man in the region. But his face was peaceful
because success was not his victory. Healing was. And then Ryan returned, older, broken, ashamed. He stood in front of Ethan. "I lost everything. I made a mistake. Please help me." The room was silent. Ethan looked at him, not with anger, not with hate, but with calm. "You didn't destroy my life. You changed it." He handed Ryan a job application. "If you want a new life, earn it." Ryan cried, and Ethan walked away. Sometimes betrayal is not your enemy. It is your teacher. Because the pain that breaks you can also build you. Years later, Ethan helped thousands of people. He created jobs. He changed lives. But he never forgot one truth. The worst day of his life was the beginning of his greatest future. The person who betrayed me created the man I became.